Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, today we're gonna have a sit down and talk. I do apologize. I'm a bit stuffy due to my allergies kicking my butt, but what I've noticed or have been noticing since I guess I would say December of 2017 up until now is some of the people some of you guys glorify and go to for advice. And now I'm not begrudging who you like and who you don't like and whatever the case have you. What I'm talking about is how they conduct themselves and have been conducting themselves. What I'm referring to is I watched the fiasco between Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson. Then I watched the fiasco between Yvette Cornell and Dr. Boyce, and now Dr. Boyce in the root. And it's like I stated before in a previous video, one thing you can always count on is conflict after conflict after conflict. I often wonder if these people don't have each other's phone number. And to me, I know they have to have each other's phone number because at one point they were aligned with each other. Like Tumar, Tariq, they were friends. Like Yvette and Boyce, they work together. So I know you have to have each other's phone numbers. I'm just wondering, why don't you air some of these agreements out behind the scenes? Why the need to bring it to social media, to put it on display for the whole world? Again, you're free to do whatever you feel like doing, but I'm just here sitting on the outside, analyzing and observing what's going on. At some point, I'm talking to you guys who deify these people. You're going to have to realize that, you know what? I'm going to have to just extrapolate the information and leave the rest behind. And what I can't understand for the life of me, how some of you guys still looking for the enemies outside the camp. You never stop to think, well, wait a minute. There might be some people within the camp who are not satisfied with me, who are unhappy. You see, you don't realize it until they bite you. You know, you don't see the snake until it bites you. Then you become aware of it. Oh, there's a snake there. But it's too late. You've already been bitten. And depending on the type of snake it is, well, you might not have long to live. These are facts. But I have to say something, and it might offend some of you guys, but it's not meant to offend. It's meant to have you think for a second. Now, in the case of Yvette Cornell, Tariq Nasheed, and Umar Johnson, from their own mouths, they said, I knew they was doing such and such. Tariq said, I knew there was going to be no school. Umar said, I knew the money he was getting from black folks was going to white people. Yvette Cornell said, I knew he was doing XYZ. So why are you talking about it now? Why didn't you make it known the first time you found out about it? Why you have to wait until you fall out with someone to talk about it? It's almost like saying, I knew so-and-so was a murderer, but I didn't say anything about it. I knew so-and-so was a pedophile, but I didn't say anything about it. Well, I really can't trust you either, because you knew about it, but you said nothing. You see? Listen, you gotta listen carefully when people put that kind of information out there. I know some of you guys pick your sides, who you want to be on. You know, oh yeah, man, she said XYZ. Now she put Boyce in blast, and Boyce said XYZ, and he put Yvette in blast because he said he made Yvette. All that is irrelevant. At the end of the day, that's all irrelevant. How is any of that going to move the cause forward? I'm asking a question. I'm just having a heart-to-heart. I'm not picking sides. I'm just able to see. I'm just an outside observer, analyzing, just wondering, what's the end game? That's always my question. What's the end game? But I have to keep stressing the same thing I always say. If you don't fall in love with personalities, you would be able to see it clear as day. But it's when you make that mistake and you fall in love with these personalities is when you become blinded. It's sort of like a person who's in an abusive relationship. Everyone can see who's on the outside. They can know that relationship is no good. It's abusive. But in the case, because I know it's majority women. I know there are some males who are abused by their spouse. I know, but I'm just going to use the example of a female. Everyone on the outside can see that, hey, that guy is beating the crap out of you. You need to leave him. Oh, no, he loves me. It was something I did. You know, I must have did. So all of a sudden now she put the blame on herself. When in reality, the person she's with is the problem. He is the one to blame. But she can't see it because she's still in love with him. You see? And a lot of you guys can't see these guys for who they are because you're in love with the personalities. Okay? You can't really give a clear assessment of them because you're biased towards them. Okay? So I just, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just having a heart-to-heart talk. Because I can guarantee you it's February in 2018. I can guarantee you before the end of this year, you're going to have more and more conflicts. That's one thing I can guarantee you. You know what I also find funny? Is some of the people who are supposedly conscious, the people who are unconscious are more aware of what's going on than the people who are supposedly fully aware and awake and enlightened and all the type of names you guys use. That's the real funny part about it. What I noticed about so many people who are supposedly so enlightened, well, they're very petty, envious, jealous. They're not really there to enlighten anyone. If you listen carefully, it's all about the money. But what do I know, man? I'm just some guy that makes videos every once in a while. You know, just listening, looking, and analyzing. See, I can make these type of assessments because I don't have any love interest in any one of these people. I don't fall in love with them. I extrapolate the information I can use, and I disregard the rest, and I keep it moving. That's why I came up with the name for myself, the intellectual farmer. Okay, I don't have to take my time and, well, I'm going to fall in love with this camp, because that's going to lead you down one path that it might be the right path, it might be the wrong path. And if it's a wrong path, then you have wasted time. I cannot stress that enough. Time. It will never be 2017 again. Whatever age you were last year, you will never be that age again. That's done. That's why I'm so focused on not wasting my time. Well, I made this video long enough. By now you should understand what I mean. Focus on what you can do, what you can change. Because trying to change the government, as you can see, well, this government seems to have a type of mindset that might not be in the best interest for the direction you might want to go. So trying to change that is kind of impossible. I mean, you could try, like I said, you might waste your time, but you can try. I'm not going to tell you not to try. But sitting around saying you're poor and you can't do anything and the government owes you, well, the government does owe you. I do agree with that. Let's put it, I'm gonna end with this. Let's say you're suing someone for about $100,000. Okay, you know what? Let's make it $1 million. And you won the case. The judge said, well, he or she slams a gavel. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1 million. And you all elated and you cheering, yes, I win the case. Woo! I got my $1 million. Woo! I won the lawsuit. But you know what the judge never said? When you was gonna get that $1 million. You won the case now. It's right there in black and white. You won the case. You won the lawsuit. You're gonna be awarded $1 million. But the judge never told you in that judgment, when are you gonna get paid? 30 days from now? 3 years from now? 5 years from now? You don't know. So now you might have to go back to court to find out, well, Your Honor, when am I supposed to get this money by? Okay? How long are you going to wait? And what are you going to do in the meantime you're waiting for that money? That's my point. The government does owe you. They do owe African people. That's a fact. I mean, I'm not here. I know some of you guys don't like the term African people. Whatever you want to identify yourself as, Black Americans or Moors or Hebrews, whatever, cool. So what do you plan to do in the meantime as you wait for your judgment? And that is my question to you guys who have this type of mentality that we can't do anything. We're poor. The government needs to do it. What are you going to do in the meantime until the government decides to do it, or until you make the government do it? What do you plan to do? How much time are you going to invest? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Again, I'm just having a heart-to-heart talk with you. I'm not here to be your enemy. Hopefully you can extrapolate something for what I'm saying and use it. Well, I want to thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later on.